Hey, it is your girl, Miss B. Welcome back to my channel. So grateful to have you here. Sit back, relax, take off your shoes if you haven't already. And if you are over the age of 21, grab your favorite glass of wine and let's have a grown folks conversation. What's up, my party people? Let's talk about these Golden State Warriors and this losing streak that they're on. So for me, there's a lot of conversations that are happening on social media, ESPN, players, former players, podcasts. There's a lot of conversations about the Golden State Warriors, and one of the things I do know by being a fan of many years, they have moments where they go on losing streaks and so forth and on. That's not abnormal. However, I think what they need to do though, because the West, as we have been hearing this continuously over the past months, several months now, where the West is very congested with great talent in the NBA, which is not a bad thing. We want to win games against the elite talent, the upcoming talent, and all of that great stuff. However, here's what my personal opinion is when it comes to the Golden State Warriors. One of the things Steph said years ago, actually I think it was in 2017 when Kevin Durant was on our team, he had made mention that when everyone buy into their role, that's how they have had major success, was able to create a dynasty over the years, is because everyone bought into their role. And what I would say, in my personal opinion, I think from the coaching staff to the players all the way up to player 14, because I don't think we have a 15th player, everyone has to buy into their role. The coaching staff and the players need to identify what role do they play best, where's their strengths are on the basketball court. And if they are versatile where they can play multiple roles, for an example, Steph and Dre can play multiple positions. Steph can play point guard, Steph can play shooting guard. Draymond can play center and he can play power forward or small forward. We need to identify that and see where these players fit. The backup unit is really good. Kuminga just needs to tap into whatever he was doing in preseason. He's doing okay, but he's not doing what he was doing in preseason. Like, we were really excited for the Golden State Warriors in preseason because we was like, okay, they looking good here. And even starting out in the beginning, the first couple of weeks of the NBA season, they were doing really well. I think they had started out being 6-2, and then they went on a losing streak. And it's like, well, did you forget how to play basketball? Did you forget the basketball fundamentals? What is happening? Why are we having these lackadaisical moments in the game? And so I need Steph, Clay, Draymond, Andrew Wiggins, Looney, JP. Although JP is doing really well, him and Moses Moody, I don't have a lot of complaints about them because they bring great energy. They are always out there, like they are hungry for success. And I ain't mad at them. I just wish it would translate to everybody else. Now, granted, Steph has moments where he's been extremely efficient on the offensive side, but the defense side, he has his moments where he's locked in, and then he has his moments where he is playing like he did when he first came into the league. And it's like, sir, please stop that. And I know you can't give as much effort on the defensive end when you're carrying the load offensively. However, I just need you to be keyed in on certain plays, because these plays down the stretch, because again, several of the games that we've lost were by 3 points and a point or something, like they were winnable games, because they weren't blown out. Like, we weren't blown out by 15 points and 10 points and so forth. No, a lot of times we lost by 3 or under 5 or something like that. And it's just like, come on, y'all. Him and Clay, he's not the only one. Him, Clay, CP3, they have, and Corey Joseph, all of them have missed key moments, and turnovers are just wrecking the basketball court with them. Like, I just don't get why they doing these crazy turnovers. And my main thing that I think that they should do is definitely get into the gym, work on their plays. Motion offense should not be the only offense that we use. I have seen them do the pick and pop. I've seen them do some pick and roll. But I wish that there were ways that they can look at maybe overseas and see what type of offensive game that they're playing over there, or even on a defense, and if there's new defensive schemes, sets, whatever you call it, if we can incorporate that. And then also too, Steve Kerr, I don't know, and I hope that you do this behind closed doors. I'm not saying that you need to do it on the sidelines or anything like that, but behind closed doors, I hope you are fussing and cussing at them, because they need it. Because this gentle parenting, gentle coaching is not working. Like, you need to have an old school 80s, 90s, early 2000 parenthood type of conversation with them. Like, you jack them up. Not saying, not literally, but figuratively, jack them up and get them straight. Not just Moses Moody now, because Moses Moody is one consistent player outside of BP. And I mean on both ends of the floor, not just offense. Like, they're mostly consistent on both ends of the floor. So yeah, I really want you all to lock in, buy into your roles, come up with, identify the correct roles for each player. I would love to see Garuba get some minutes, and TJD get consistent minutes as well, because I'm not sure what's going on with Looney, and I also think that Looney needs a break. Like, I think I shared with somebody, I don't know if it was on YouTube or whatever, on social media period, having a conversation with someone, and they were talking about how Looney need a break, give him like a day or so off, a game or so off. But Looney is a very prideful, not in a bad way, but prideful with playing all 82 games, and I commend him for that. However, I do think that there's a way to be able to lean in on the fact that he takes pride in playing all 82 games. We could still let him play 82 games, or maybe give him 5 minutes in certain games where, yes, he still plays 82 minutes, but his minutes are extremely limited in certain games, so that we can get reps for TJD, reps for Kaminga and Moody and all of them, and Sarge, but do not play Sarge at the 5. Please play TJD. But yes, I do think that there's ways to minimize Looney's minutes in order to still satisfy him, because again, he is a cornerstone for our team. So we want to make sure that we are catering to his needs, not to the detriment, not to the expense of losing games, though. I'm not into that. I don't want to cater to anybody's needs at the expense of losing games, not even Steph. And plus, I don't even think Steph would want you to cater to him at the expense of losing. So therefore, yeah. But here's one of the things I did. I have tweeted out, I think, on several occasions, where I think that Steve Kerr just throw a monkey wrench in the game at some point, like with the starting, not the starting, the bench playing really well right now, better than the bench. I mean, no. Where the bench is playing really well compared to the starters, I think a couple of games you should start the bench and allow the starters to come off the bench, and let's see. I don't think people will be ready for that. So try that. Try something. Try something to engage each and every one of these players, especially the starters, because the bench, they're producing. They are producing. So yeah, and I hate that this is switched from last year. The starters were great and the bench sucked, and now it's like the starters are subpar and the bench is A+. Like, what are we doing? Come on, y'all. Yes, start the bench. BP, Moses Moody, JK, TJD, and what's his name? CP3. And then let Steph, Clay, Andrew, Draymond, and Looney come off the bench. Oh wait, I missed Sarge. Let Sarge start too. Yeah, so do that. I think that'll be something fun and interesting. And I think it'll be a wow factor too. Because people would not expect that. But hey, it is what it is. Let's see what they're going to do tonight against the Spurs. And it is Steph versus Wemby. So let's see what they got in their tank for us tonight. Well, what's in store for us tonight, I should say.